It's 1720, 19th of October, the birth of John Woolman, an American Quaker reformer. For many, the only Quaker they know is the one they see on the oatmeal packaging. But as you probably know, the Quakers began in 17th century England when George Fox organized the group of people that he called the Society of Friends. In the early meetings of the Society of Friends, often the power of the Holy Spirit would come. People would begin to shake, tremble, quake under the power of God. And the pejorative term Quakers was adopted by the group. Quakers were not only open to the Holy Spirit, but they were open to new ideas and new ways of doing things. As an example, the Quakers certainly believed that women could preach in their meetings. Preaching was according to the call of God and not according to someone's gender. And in America, many Quakers sought a place where they could live in freedom without the persecution they were knowing in England. And in John Woolman, we see one of these young Quakers who will become a businessman, a tailor, a journalist, and especially an itinerant Quaker preacher. And as an early abolitionist, he would travel to the absolute limits of the frontier in America, and he would preach against the keeping of slaves. He would refuse to lodge in a house if the owner had slaves. He refused to purchase any goods that were produced by slave labor. And he wrote an essay that became an important factor in the abolition of slavery. It was called Some Considerations on the Keeping of Negroes. Through his efforts as he traveled through America and through the colonies, Quakers as a group abandoned the keeping of slaves. And the early Quakers were those who led the way for the abolition movement in America and by ricochet in Europe, especially in England. And John Woolman's little book, Some Considerations on the Keeping of Negroes, greatly influenced the 19th century abolitionists in America and across the ocean. They were influenced by this young man, a Quaker, John Woolman.